JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, U.S. officials says more lottery scammers will be extradited to the U.S. Dominic Riley, United States Postal Service attaché at that country's embassy in Kingston, has warned that a number of Jamaican lottery scammers will be extradited to the United States starting this month. Riley did not disclose the number of scammers who will be extradited, but noted that there are several in the pipeline. With the way that the extradition laws changed in the summer of last year, extraditions will be picking up. You shall see a lot more extraditions coming in the future, Riley said. You know, of course, that extradition is not an easy thing. It's not a quick thing, as it has to go through the proper process. But you'll see more in the future. At the same time, the American officials said Kingston and Washington were discussing the inadequacy of penalties for convicted scammers. Riley was participating in a panel discussion during the second day of the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce and Industries two-day security summit at the Montego Bay Convention Center. Riley noted that although lottery scamming is now widespread across Jamaica, Montego Bay remains the epicenter of the illegal activity. Montego Bay is probably by far still the leader in scamming, but it's definitely grown across the island. I have been here long enough now to see that it's not only in Montego Bay, but in just about every other parish on the island, he said. We have not lost this war, but we are definitely in for a fight, he declared. Riley argued that while the victims in the United States are real and are suffering immensely, the average everyday Jamaican is a victim as well. He added, not in the sense that they have lost their life savings, house, car or other material things. Scamming not only impacts those who participate and directly profit from it, but those who are associated with it. The Jamaican victims live in fear of retribution from the violence that scamming funds brings to their doorsteps. Family members of scammers have been killed as a result of the rival scammers not being able to directly confront their enemies. The influx of illicit funds that scammers rake in contribute to violence that you see in your communities every day. The Jamaican victims are engulfed in violence and the informal fed culture. The Jamaican victims often know who the scammers are, but are afraid to speak out for fear of retaliation. The Jamaican victim is the family that has been living in a community for decades and suddenly is riddled with violence because someone decided to start scamming in the community. The Jamaican victims are silenced in a Robin Hood fashion with money, said Riley. Lottery scamming, or the money game, is smearing the country's reputation internationally. The victim is also the country's reputation and good name, Riley said. He added, lottery scamming and its impact on crime and violence is great, but not irreversible. We have to all work together to stop this crime, eliminate the proceeds and bring the perpetrators to justice. Riley equated lottery scamming to the illicit drug trade in the 1990s, when drug dealers would start to legitimize themselves and go into private businesses. Alleged violence produced a gun down in Springfield, St. Thomas. The police in St. Thomas are probing the shooting death of a man in the community of Springfield. He's 30-year-old Robert Williams, otherwise called Dada, a laborer of Springfield Road in the parish. The police report that the deceased left his home about 9 o'clock on Wednesday night and did not return. About 11 p.m., residents of the Springfield housing scheme reportedly heard loud explosions. Williams's body was found in the area about 6:30 yesterday morning by residents. While the police noted that a motive for the murder is yet to be established, it was indicated that Williams is known to the police as a person of interest in criminal activities committed in the area. Woman dies in car explosion. An unidentified woman died earlier today in a car explosion in St. Thomas after the driver lost control along the Rowlandsfield Main Road. The incident reportedly took place around 11 a.m. Corporal S. Hemmings from the Morant Bay Traffic Unit said that the accident took place after the driver of the vehicle lost control, causing it to overturn and caught fire. The unidentified woman was reportedly trapped inside the motor car, a white Nissan Tida, before it exploded. The registration plate could not be ascertained as it was burned out from the fire, and we have not yet spoken to the driver of the vehicle, as she and the 3 other occupants were taken to the Princess Margaret Hospital, Hemmings said. 3 charged following seizure of gun and ammo. Officers assigned to the Specialized Operations Branch charged 3 men with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, following the seizure of a Luger M5 pistol with a magazine containing 4 9mm cartridges on Shortwood Lane, Kingston on Thursday, April 7. Charged are 28-year-old Alri Crew, otherwise called Rasta, and 28-year-old Akeem Thomas, otherwise called Kimi, both of Shortwood Lane, Kingston 8, and 28-year-old Nicardo Henry, otherwise called Nick, of Galloway Road, Kingston 11. Reports are that about 12:30 p.m., The team was on patrol in the area when a Toyota Axle motor car with the 3 men was intercepted. The vehicle was searched, and the gun and ammunition found beneath the driver's seat. They were subsequently charged. Over in St. James, officers seized a firearm and several rounds of ammunition during an operation in Bickerseth on Wednesday. The police said no one was arrested in relation to the seizure. Reports are that about 10:55 a.m., lawmen conducted an operation in the area where a premises was searched and the weapon, a Ruger 9mm pistol, loaded with a magazine containing 3 rounds, was found inside a house. The weapon was subsequently seized. Waterford man charged with illegal possession of gun and ammo. A man has been arrested and charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition after arose the suspicion of officers who were on patrol on Hamden Road in Waterford, St. Catherine on Thursday. Charged is 22-year-old Siobhan Dixon, otherwise called Chevy, of the community. Reports from the Waterford police are that about 6 p.m., a team of officers was on patrol in the area when Dixon was seen acting in a manner that arose their suspicion. He was reportedly accosted and searched, and the Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 16 rounds of ammunition was removed from his waistband. Dixon is scheduled to appear before the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday, April 26, to answer the charges laid. Mercedes faced in September trial for allegedly defrauding Mavado in-house deal. The disbarred attorney Jennifer Mercedes is to go on trial on September 12 in connection with allegations that she defrauded dancehall entertainer Mavado more than $30 million in a real estate transaction. The trial date was set yesterday when Mercedes appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court for a plea and case management hearing. However, the matter is to be mentioned on May 5 for the court to decide whether Mavado, whose real name is David Brooks, will be allowed to give testimony via video link from the United States. In court Thursday, Brooks' attorney, Oswest Stine Smith, made an application for him to testify remotely. Mercedes was accused of defrauding the entertainer in a real estate deal in 2017. It is alleged that in April of that year, Mavado was introduced to a property at Governor Terrace, Kingston 8, and started making arrangements to purchase the property through his attorney, Tamika Harris. Mercedes reportedly professed to have been given permission to oversee the sale as the owner was incarcerated overseas. Mavado later reportedly paid Mercedes $30.7 million for the property and signed a sale agreement and a document given in possession. However, it was later discovered that the property was not for sale and that the owner was not incarcerated. The owner of the property further indicated that he did not know Mercedes and never gave her permission to sell his property. Following the alleged fraud, Mavado was reportedly reimbursed $7 million. However, after several attempts to recover his money failed, he reported the matter to the police, and Mercedes was arrested and charged with obtaining money by false pretense. Jamaica reports 22 new COVID-19 cases, 1 death. Jamaica reported 22 new cases of COVID-19 and 1 fatality on Thursday, according to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This pushed the total number of cases of the virus since the start of the pandemic to 128,972 and the death total to 2,902. Of the newly reported cases, there were 9 females and 13 males, with ages ranging from 4 years to 58 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 7, St. Catherine 5, St. Anne 3, St. James 3, Clarendon 1, Portland 1, St. Thomas 1, and Westmoreland 1. Meanwhile, the latest death is a 73-year-old woman from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in September 2021 under investigation. The country also recorded 141 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 81,812. The positivity rate for the latest round of testing was 4.1%. There are 16 people hospitalized, one of them critically ill. There are 304 confirmed active cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.